Hello class, welcome back to chapter 5.5, Write Linear Equations in Point Slope Form. So we've talked about slope-intercept form quite a few times. Okay, so now we're going to learn point slope form. So what is that? The point slope form of the equation of the non-vertical line of a non-vertical line through a given point x1 and y1 with the slope of m is written as y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. So to be able to write an equation in point slope form, you are given one coordinate point and you're given the slope. Okay, again, you're given one coordinate point, one ordered pair, and the slope m. So write an equation in point slope form of the line that passes through the point 4, negative 3, and has a slope of 2. The main thing about this equation that you have to pay attention to are these signs. Okay, so what I would do, to help you, is to know that the x, obviously goes where x1 is because this is my ordered pair that I have, and the negative 3 will go in for y1. So really this is saying y minus the negative 3 parentheses equals m, which is 2 right here, parentheses x minus 4. Okay, now I want you to rewrite this. This is why I'd put it in parentheses right here. So y plus 3 equals 2 parentheses x minus 4. So this equation now is written in point slope form. Okay, so you got to really watch the signs. So in the equation we know that they're negative signs here, they're subtraction signs. Okay, so if you are given a negative number as an ordered pair, you know that it's going to turn into a plus. Okay, and if you're given a positive like 4, the subtraction sign will stay the same. Okay, so you have to watch that. Be very careful with that. So now graph an equation in point slope form. So going back real quick to this, we know that we're given an ordered pair, within our point slope form. So back here now, we look here, we know this is the y value, and we know this is the x value. So it's very important that we look at the signs, and we have to ask ourselves, did the sign change here? It's a subtraction sign, and the sign did not change. So we know that this is a positive 3, and the sign did change here on the y, so we know that it must be a negative 2. Because remember, the equation is y minus y1. So this changed to a plus. So you know that this y value must have been a negative to get that to change to a plus. So that's a negative 2. And this negative subtraction sign stayed there. So we know that 3 is positive. So that's one of the key things you got to understand. Now 2/3 is my slope. Okay, the m is always 2/3. So 3, negative 2, we're going to plot that point. Right there. And then 2/3, so we know it's rise over run. Up 2, 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. And we know that it's a positive line because our slope here is positive. So we can draw a connecting line here with our arrows. So when you graph this point slope form equation, the first thing you want to do, step 1, is you want to get your ordered pair. Okay, figure out what your ordered pair is, and the most important thing is the signs. So you got to be very careful with that. So get the ordered pair, and then step 2, write down your slope, and then graph it. Start with the ordered pair, and then use your slope to find that next point. So use point slope form to write an equation in slope intercept form. Okay, So two questions here. We have to use point slope form, so we're going to have to write a point slope form equation based on the graph here, and then we're going to have to write it in slope intercept form. Okay, so we're going from this equation down to this equation here. So what do we need? What do we need to write this equation? Okay, go back to the last part of this. We need an ordered pair. So we need to get an ordered pair. Well, this one's a good ordered pair right here. I always like using the x or y intercept. So we know that this is 0, 2. Okay. Now, do we know a definite other point? And based on my drawing of this line when I put it in there, it was really hard to put a specific another spot in here, so I should have turned this line a little bit more. But we're going to use this right here. Let's use -1 and 3. Okay, we'll say it goes exactly right through there. So now we have to write this in point slope form. So first thing we need to do is make sure we find our slope. So we know 3 minus 2 over -1 minus 0 is 1 over -1, which is -1. So we know our slope is -1. So we need an ordered pair, and we need our slope to be able to write this in point slope form. So let's say y minus 3, because remember 3 is positive, so we don't change the sign, equals our slope, which is -1, x. Now, it's supposed to be minus, but we have a -1 here, so it's going to be +1. Okay, so that's my slope, point slope form equation. Now we have to turn into y equals mx plus b, so we're just going to use math to be able to rewrite that. So we're going to distribute the -1. So y minus 3 equals -1x minus 1. Add 3 to both sides. Y equals -1x. Okay. Plus 2. Okay, and you can double check to make sure. We know that from y equals mx plus b, our b is our y-intercept, which it goes through at 2 there, which is correct. Sorry about that. And then it is a negative line, and the slope is 1 over 1. Okay, to form that line. Okay, so that checks out, checks out. Okay, so to be able to graph an equation, you got to be able to pull that ordered pair out, find the slope from the ordered pairs. Okay, and then if you're given a line and you had to write it into point and slope, go into slope intercept form. Here are the steps here. So homework. Write an equation in point slope form of the line that passes through the point -1, 4 and has a slope of -2. Graph the equation y minus 1 equals negative. Think about the number that occurs before this parentheses here. It's negative something here. Okay, parentheses x minus 2. And then write an equation in point slope form of the line that passes through the points, and I give you those points, and then write the point slope form in slope intercept form. Okay. So if you have any questions, go back and kind of re-watch this. It goes in order of the slides that I created for this video. And if you're still having trouble, remember to email me and let me know. I can help you through email. So I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow.